What's up, my peoples? Hey, yeah, so this is just another bit of info, FYI, cultural information. This is your boy Billy Bob, you know what I'm saying? AKA We Boogie in the DJ world, AKA T-shirt in the Young Hustlers world. But I'm speaking from the capacity of Billy Bob from that West Boulevard Crippin' world. You see this big juicy B hat I'm wearing, right? It don't mean blood. It mean B for the Boulevard. You know, what I'm doing is just putting my brand of culture here on YouTube with some content on West Boulevard Crip, 28th Street, west of Crenshaw, Deep West. There's some content on there, but for the most part, it's really not, cripping, and the activity of cripping ain't always, it's like wildlife. Niggas ain't always so quick to put it on there because of the element. Niggas just still getting down. Niggas just still doing stuff that could get them hundreds of years. So for the most part, it's like we ain't always trying to expose gang, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm one of the ones that experienced that lifestyle, and I'm still a Crip. Once a Crip, always a Crip. I don't gang bang. I can go anywhere. I take this brand with me. I practice over in the community for years. I fought over there. I struggled over there. You know what I'm saying? We fought each other over there. We hustled over there. We plotted on each other over there. We fought for that area over there. I got shot over there. I got shot at over there. I went to jail over there. Got chased down a couple times over on West Boulevard. I shot at a few motherfuckers fucking with West Boulevard. And, you know what I'm saying? On an even different note, I remember smoking dope all over there. Yep. So, nowadays, I'm just trying to explain the different area of how we evolve as young men, But we started with the brand of Crippin' because it wasn't a fad to just, why you want to gangbang? Why? It's not a fucking gang like that. Even though people say gangs, gang. No, that's a fraternity. That's a community. That is tribal shit. That is just the very essence of black men, wherever they at, they're going to form, they're going to link up like that. The elite or the core members of that community is going to fucking, they're going to unite. That's how we did on West Boulevard. And so, I'm just tapping in because I feel it's necessary, because a lot of times time go by, and if you don't have any kind of remnants or any kind of stamp of a reality that once existed, the way they moving, and these higher entities and higher powers, they try to whitewash and they try to dislocate a faction of people who once was a part of a certain kind of area. And the most beautiful part is that it's still people over on West Boulevard, but it's a different representation because they have lots of immigration from Mexico and the other Latin countries, and they've had white people to move in. And I seen it coming. They told you about that shit on Boys in the Hood and all of that. And so here we are, right? The hood looks different. If you drive by, you might not see nobody. It might not, but don't let that fool you. There's always somebody behind the scenes over in that community. and they will come out on the woodworks. You know what I'm saying? And so you always be on your best behavior any hood you go to, because you don't know who's lurking. And that's the get down now, is niggas be lurking. You know what I'm saying? So if your motives is right and you doing, you know, what you supposed to be doing, then you never have to worry about nothing. You know, you always have to watch your back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, West Boulevard is where I grew up at. You know, we used to hang on Adams, do our dirt on Jefferson, run up to Washington and do something scandalous. And back then, it was a beautiful thing, because nobody, you know, they had people, what you would say, they had people pushing the brand, right, recruiting, but it wasn't like you just had to be from West Boulevard if you grew up in that community. Nobody pulling a gun on you and say, oh, you gonna be from the Boulevard, you gonna be from them twos, 28th Street. No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. It was a certain brand of people, and it was a certain criteria for you to fit in. Back in the day, this is back in the day, in the early 80s, they used to say, you ain't no West B, you's a wannabe. Yeah, they used to say that. You ain't no West B, you a wannabe. And I'll never forget that. You know, shout out to all the people who have passed and gone, who, you know, taught me many lessons over there on West Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm not a Crip monster nigga, even though I know some notables. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you know, I ain't went to Pelican Bay, but I done been to Folsom. You know what I'm saying? I done been to Pleasant Valley. You know, I done been to some soft pens too. You know, I'm just a regular old nigga, but I ain't got no smut on my name. Can't nobody ever say that they punked me. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody ever say that I rolled over on them. I ain't never told on niggas. You know what I'm saying? I done knocked more niggas out than I done got knocked out. I ain't never been knocked out. I done took a L. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a West Boulevard made nigga organically too. Born there. You know how some hoods, they had niggas that, you know, join on when they get grown and shit. No, nigga, we was playing and fighting with each other, and we grew up there. We went to elementary there. You know what I'm saying? And this is how you can tell the real content of a real community dude. And this ain't no dish for nobody who's joining on and signing on later, because that's cool too. But a real organic dude from a hood, don't be mad at him if he got family ties, because he been there from day one, even though he don't live there no more. You know what I'm saying? And I'll forever be grateful for some of my G's. You know what I'm saying? For my peers that seen shit in me that I didn't see, and you know, they told me about it. They didn't lie about it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be forever grateful, because everywhere I went, you know what I'm saying, they set the stage. They set the precedents. I'm talking about homies like Big Dogs, Ronnie T, Choo Choo, Sad Cat, you know, the homie Pookie, rest in peace. These was niggas that walked the yard, you know, solo bolo or with a few niggas. They didn't have to fly up under with a whole lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to carry this brand of Crippin' pretty much on their own, and they stood on their own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the fallen soldiers too that carried this West Boulevard flag. You know what I'm saying? And you know, where I'm at right now is I just feel a need to you know, push the culture, stamp the culture, brand it, because for some reason ain't nobody really telling you, and you hearing people speak around it. But West Boulevard was definitely a factor over there on that deep west. This is the first hood, Crip hood, you're gonna run across when you crossing Crenshaw and you're on Adams Boulevard. You know what I'm saying? West Boulevard. You know, and I'll be forever grateful, because some of my G homies told me like it was. And they was telling me about niggas who lived in the hood that was well-known niggas from other hoods that they watched and they looked out for and all that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times people like to tell a story, they rendition, but they don't know that there's always other stories collectively based on information that really capture different essences of people, legends and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna really touch onto the different identities or whatever, but do your homework about that West Boulevard 28th Street Crip element 2 times, because they was definitely a factor. In fact, they still is. It's just that a lot of LA has been gentrified, and in that war, we didn't do so well. We didn't do well with the money in the empire we had. So as a result, you see people around, but they don't have real estate. That's the realistic part of it. And then there is black ownership. You know what I'm saying? So I want to keep it real and want to tell you that that Crip element is a real deal thing. And, also we do retire. We do throw barbecues. We do parties. We do fraternize without tripping on each other and ripping each other off and killing each other and, doing dirt and shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't believe that thing about Crips just being treasonous, treacherous niggas. They do have treachery within that organization, but for the most part, we solid individuals, And then even the ones that ain't so solid, the love is that we allow them around as long as we know that they ain't got no detrimental behavior like snitching or doing something that would, cause another homie, detriment. So, I'm here to tell you that I represent a brand of Crippin'. I'm like a dinosaur. I'm 53 years old. I represent maybe that 3rd or 4th generation of West Boulevards. If you're talking about generations by 5 years, you know what I'm saying? We are old set. Been around there before the Crip was on there. It was West Boulevard Boys. And places we used to be at was the Disco Train. We used to hang with Took up there at the Apollo Theater, over on Crenshaw and Adams, and just different places, And I'll forever be grateful for that West Boulevard, West Boulevard Crip. And so I represent what you would call, a successful story. I have been shot. I had, got sick, went to jail, prison multiple times, went to YAs, juvenile halls, camps, placements, and I always took West Boulevard with me. I never denied the fact. If anybody ever asked me where I was from, it was always West B. And, if you don't have no sense of brand or community, a culture, what do you have? You understand what I'm saying? They try to blackball it and badmouth it, but if you don't have a sense of community branding and stamping and presence, what do you have? And I like to say that proudly, that West Boulevard made a good nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I also want to tell you that I represent the transition that is possible. All gangbangers don't die. We do retire. We do multiply. We do evolve. You understand what I'm saying? But ain't no quitting this. It's West Boulevard. It's bully till I die, nigga. I ain't out here gangbanging. But I do represent with my capacity, with my, I went from playing in the sandbox and playing in the hood to taking the hood wherever I go. And you ask a true Crip by his measure is how he can, what he do outside his hood as well as inside his hood. How do you influence and affect the culture of wherever you at with the brand and stamp of your upbringing? Who raised you, nigga? So, I don't smoke drugs no more. I did. I smoke crack. I'm a victim of the crack era. I participated in the fuckery, but I was able to change my life. You know, I've been sober 20 plus years. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that to a certain brand because it's all of us didn't get by. Some of us had to lick our wounds, you know, smoke on the street, fall, go into jail, and put extras on it because we know we had fucked up when we was out there. And that's part of my story. And I'll be forever grateful because I changed my life. I changed the way I wanted to be reflected as a man. I stopped doing boyish shit and started doing mannish shit. And it all started from West Boulevard. I'll be forever grateful for them West Boulevard Crips. And I'll be forever grateful for other entities that I'm still a part of throughout me starting out on West Boulevard. So if you're new, to this channel, I want you to do me a favor and smash the like. Show your love. Support this branding. And I hope that if you find it offensive, that it's not my fault. Take a look at yours. But if you find it helpful, definitely, I salute you. Bam.